And welcome to the Howard Eskin Show. And the Howard Eskin Show is presented by that fine, terrific sponsor, Stillwell Financial Advisors. You got any wealth? And there's some people out there with some wealth. I might talk to a guy who's probably still got a little wealth, more than a little, but whatever. Stillwell Financial Advisors, and the guy to talk to because he's a regular guy. He knows what he's doing. And I learned a lot from him. And that's Jeff Stillwell, the person that really knows how to help you with your money. Great knowledge. And like I said, he's one of us. And if you need to be in a place where you want to do some things that will help you, he's really sharp and you will be impressed. All right, here's his number: 732 343 0813. 732 343 0813. Stillwell Financial Advisors. All right, on the show tonight, we're going to have, it's going to be a little sports, a little this, a little that. What we're going to do. And Joey Merlino, and I got to ask him, we promoted him as South Philadelphia's favorite son. I got to ask him if he's South Philadelphia's favorite son. But I'm also, when I conclude my conversation with Joey, I'm going to talk about the Sixers. They did something. They are a horrible, ruthless organization. And I'm going to talk about that after we're done with Joey. And the catch of the week was really kind of cool and really kind of fascinating. And we're going to talk about that after we talk with Joey. And also tonight on the show, as I've done and I'm doing on many shows now, I'm going to give you a pair of Oakley sunglasses, but you got to work for it a little bit. Listen to my conversation with Joey Merlino. At the end of the show, towards the end of the show, I'll ask you a question about something Joey said or did. Email your answer to the contact page at howardeskin.com. The winner will be randomly chosen. We've already had a couple of winners, randomly chosen from all the correct entries. Emails must be received by this Friday at 12 a.m. The winner of the Oakley sunglasses will be announced on the Howard Eskin Show Saturday at 8 a.m. And I also want to welcome our participating actually, there are friends and there are sponsors and there are partners. And that would be Audi of Westchester, Piazza Property Pros, and Cut the Cord with Jason. And let me explain all those things to you. All right. Audi of Westchester. You need a new car. You want a new car. No tariffs. No tariffs. And they're getting a lot of cars now coming in stock at Audi of Westchester. It's an all-new facility, state-of-the-art equipment. Audi Westchester's goal is to make buying or leasing a new Audi as simple as possible with pressure-free sales environment. I should be getting a new car any day now or any week now. Since Audi of Westchester is part of the Mainline Automotive Group, you'll have access to the largest selection of new and pre-owned Audi vehicles in the tri-state area. Stop by Audi of Westchester. You're going to have fun there. Trust me, you'll have fun. Located 1421 Wilmington Pike, or visit AudiWestchester.com. That's AudiWestchester.com. And it's now the time of the year that you want to get a pool. The longer you wait, the longer it's going to take because Piazza Property Pros has a lot of people that want to do the same thing. So you got to get in there now. Don't waste any time. They will transform your property into something you're really going to enjoy for the summer: a new in-ground pool or pool renovation. Piazza Property Pros has got you covered. 25 years of experience. They specialize in turning your vision into a reality. And now their people are not subcontracted. That's their people. They're skilled people. They know what they're doing, whether it's excavation, landscaping, fencing, pool maintenance, whatever it is. You can trust Piazza Property Pros, and they will take care of you on time and within your budget. Here's the number to call: 610-566-2608. You can call them anytime, schedule a free consultation. That's 610-566-2608, or check them out at piazzaoutdoor.com to learn more. Don't wait. Piazza Property Pros. And you want to save hundreds of dollars? Cable. People are getting tired of paying for the cable. Well, you can cut the cord and you can do it with Jason. Jason offers an incredible service that will save you money. He'll come out to your house, cut your cable off, set you up with less expensive internet service and with streaming services, which include our local and national channels. So you'll still get to see all the Philadelphia pro games. And let's just say you have a second home, it's all part of the same bill. Jason can set you up with one monthly TV bill for both houses. For more information and to save yourself a lot of money, call Jason 215 801 5858. A lot of people have done it. 215 801 5858. All right. Now let's welcome our guest tonight. Interesting guy, and I guess we met in the 90s. It was an interesting reason to meet. I was just trying to straighten something, which is what I always try to do. I try to straighten something out. And our guest, Joey Merlino, with his new
I,
ballot.
what's up, Coaching? Howard, I can't hear it that good.
I would say, tough, but I was going to say partner in crime, but
Yeah,
that's not part of what you do anymore, or
you gotta
what you
put the
did, or
volume up.
allegedly did. Allegedly did.
We can't hear you.
Why can't you? Why can't he?
You gotta put the volume up. It's going down.
No,
Keep it going higher.
you got to put the volume up.
Ours was up.
Ours is up.
Joe, do we know why? It's got to be on your end, guys. It's got to be on your end. Turn the volume up. Now I can't hear you at all. You muted yourself. You muted yourself. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I might have them. I'm talking to my producer now. Joe, should I have them reset? And they heard me before. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, okay. Here's what I'm going to do. You guys reset. I'm going to talk on the show. You reset, and we'll start. And we'll keep on. We'll keep on rolling here. But the things I want to talk about the Sixers, I really want to. I really want to save it. I just heard them click in, so we could reset. Yeah, somebody's there. It's just somebody doesn't want to hear Joey and Little Snuff. So okay, all right. So we're gonna get him back up. We were working before we started here. Uh, one of the things, and we'll mention what Joey's new business is. Uh, it's just it's the first time this happened. But again, we're dealing with guys that aren't used to being on a big show. So we'll get this straightened out. Now, the thing is, let me just talk a little about the Phillies. And Joey asked me about the Phillies, and people ask me about the Phillies. I'm not sure. They need another bat. They need Harper to be Harper, and just because he's had hits in the last couple of games, I don't know that that's I don't know that that's who he is right now. I do not know who he is right now. I don't know if things. Yeah, well, they have had somebody just. Oh, okay. Oh, we're. Let me just see if there's people on the chat that want to. I'll answer some of the questions of people on the chat here. What do you think of the Eagles draft? Well, here's the deal. Everybody looks good. Every team's going to tell you they had a great draft. And the Eagles really they got a player that they shouldn't have gotten where they got him. What was it, 31? But the Eagles are not afraid to draft injured players because their doctors check them. They feel comfortable, and who knows what the deal is. So, but the other players, they look like they're good players, and we'll see. And we'll see if they're good players. It's just, but I think their draft, based on what people have said, I think they're really good players. So, but again, you don't know. The NFL is so different than the college game. speed's different, the players are different, the quality of the players are different. So the reality is, what kind of draft did they had? I think they had, by everybody's analysis, I think they had a really good draft. Then there's people. I see somebody that says they want me to bring back the bobblehead. That's a lot of work. Bringing back the bobblehead's a lot of work. But you're right. You should. I raised a lot of money for charity. That's a good thing. We'll think about that somewhere along the way. We'll think about that. Bringing back. Okay. Okay. And two Philadelphia icons in different ways. I see somebody, Michael, says two Philadelphia icons. Philly icons. Well, yeah, that's fine, but we're icons for different for different reasons. Uh, it just and here Roy makes a really good point here too. The Eagles are set up for next year's draft, which is supposed to be deep. They do have a lot of draft picks. They can make a lot of trades because they got a lot of draft picks. So from that standpoint and that part of the reality, it's really they are set up for next year. Uh, uh, it just and somebody here, Vince, uh, sees the picture of myself with Michael Jordan and my son. He was probably about 15 years old. That's when Michael Jordan was a good guy. So yeah, it's really a cool picture. Uh, somebody Manster, you got a couple of the bobbleheads. Hey, listen, they're collector's items. So I'm telling you right now, they're collector's items. And here's a classic comment, which is really, really honest. The Sixers are a dumpster fire. Yes, they are. They need the leadership to change. I don't know how Daryl Morey has a job, but we're going to talk about them later. And somebody asked, what happened to Joey? I just tuned in. Well, what happened is there's a technical problem, and I believe it's on their end. Maybe some of the food got into the equipment. I can't tell you. Okay, we're going to try it again and see how we can get this thing straightened out. Who is the better coach, Andy
There you
Reid or
go.
Jimmy Jones? All right,
Come
can
on,
you
boy.
hear me now, genius?
Yeah, I hear you, genius.
All right. Well,
You got to get good microphone or something. What the
you
fuck?
know what, okay, there's the first one. But that's all right. It's all right. It's a podcast. Hey, listen, I'm ready for that. I don't care. I really don't care. Here's the thing: you got to keep the steak sandwiches out of the equipment. All
There
right.
ain't no steak sandwiches there.
Okay. Well, it's all right. You got to keep. Hey, if you want to, should we ask them? And I'm talking to my producer now. To them to turn that around so we get a little snuff in there.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Let me
All right.
turn.
Turn it around. It's just there you go. Hey,
All right, stop. Move over.
success. All right.
Move over a
All
little.
right. So, one of the questions I want to ask you, because I promoted you as Philadelphia's favorite, South Philadelphia's favorite son. Would you think there's another guy in mind? Are you South Philadelphia's favorite son?
Absolutely. I go anywhere. Philly, Florida, anywhere in the country.
Yeah, but that's not South Philadelphia.
Yeah,
Well, wait,
South Florida, I'm loved.
where do you rank with Frank Rizzo?
I'm better than Rizzo. Come on.
Okay. All right. So here's the deal, Joey. You have created a new career for yourself.
Yeah.
Uh, I, I, I don't know what the other if the other one was really a career, but you've created a new career for yourself. You got the steak shop, Skinny Joey's Cheesesteaks, and it's just what led you into the business world. And I think you knew those people at that cheesesteak place, which was there before. What led you into being like full steam ahead? You and
Well,
little stuff there.
that cheesesteak place saved my life. It used to be called Talk of the Town,
Yep.
and I got indicted for a murder that I already beat in Philly, and they indicted me again in New Jersey for the same murder. And the lion rat that got on the stand said, Pete Caprio, after the murder, he committed the murder. He said, I told him to do it. He killed 80 people. I had to tell him to do it. He said he met me at the Talk of the Town. He pulled in a gas station. He got out of the car. We went and talked to the town. It sounded good, like a movie. He hugged
Right.
me, kissed me, I congratulated him. We had a cheesesteak and everything was good. But he didn't know at the date when he said he met me, talking to town burned down to the ground. So we brought the owner in. The place was burnt to the ground. We showed pictures. The owner said it's impossible for him to have a cheesesteak in there. The place wasn't there. So they fucking lied and saved my life. I got acquitted.
Okay, so how many times were you indicted for murder?
Well, the Rico case in Philly, they put the murders in there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But we beat them all. And then I got indicted on the murder that I beat. They indicted me in Newark, in New Jersey, federal court, and I beat that too.
So
24 people found me not guilty.
okay, so they wanted to send you to jail. Who is
No, they
they?
wanted to kill me. They wanted to stick that needle in my arm. They
Okay,
wanted to kill me, give me a death penalty.
really?
Yeah,
So you were up for the death penalty?
yeah. In Philly, yeah. But then they dropped it because we had to fight it in Washington, and we won. They couldn't go for it.
Okay, so here's another thing. Uh, there's a lot of things that have happened to you, and one of the things was you got shot.
Yes.
Who the hell would shoot a guy like you?
I don't know. I still don't know. I was walking down the street. I got shot.
Well, he obviously didn't do a good enough job, or
No,
his job. No. So how many times did you get shot? Just once?
twice in my ass. Well, once in my leg and once in my ass.
Jeez, it's just. And what do you think the reason for that was?
I have no idea.
All right.
I'm not getting into that.
Okay. All right. So now the first time that you got sent to jail was or found guilty was what 1990. What was that charge? That was what
That was 89.
conspiracy.
89. That was a armored truck.
And what happened?
None. The
What did
motherfuckers.
what did they say happened?
They said I robbed an armored truck. The dumb motherfucker threw the wrong bag out. It was an inside job. There's no violence or nothing. And the two guys who planned the whole thing, I didn't even know the kid. I took a ride with the guy. They ratted on me, and I went to jail, and they got probation.
And you went to jail for how many years?
I got 4 years.
Okay. I know when I saw you in Florida in Boca, you were in jail at one point for like 12 years,
Oh yeah,
right?
that
What
was it. Yeah, that was 99. I got out. I went away 99. I got out 2011. Did 12 years. 12 years, 3 months.
and what was that for?
Gambling and receiving stolen property.
All right. So here's what. All right. Well, let me ask you. I'm going to ask you about another situation in the joint.
Right.
How it's just. How do you deal with that? I mean, you know, you're in there for a while.
One day at a time. I used to listen to you. I was in a hole. And
Really?
in Sixth and Market, I was in shoe, 24-hour lockdown. I used to listen to your show every day. I remember one day you were talking about me. He said, Joey's probably in the joint right now, betting the games, sitting back, relaxing. I cursed you out. I said, motherfucker, I'm in a hole. But I used to listen to your show every day.
Well,
But we had radios like the Walkmans that they would give us.
that's cool. You know, I'm big. So now I know you were listening to me in the hole.
I did, WIP.
Just and there was you couldn't miss my show. I know you couldn't miss
I
my
never
show.
missed it. We had no TVs. I used to listen to you
All
on
right.
WIP.
What is the most outrageous thing that you think that I said when you listened to me when you were in the hole? I probably
Right.
was probably
I'm going to tell
straightforward.
you
I
when
was
it
honest.
was. If you remember this game, the Eagles played Dallas. It was the first game, and they drank pickle juice or something. Remember, it
Oh
was
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
100,
That game
100
was in,
degrees out.
yeah, that was in Dallas. Yep,
Yeah,
that was in Dallas.
and the Eagles beat them or so. I don't know. I remember.
Yeah.
And you were saying my man Joey's probably sitting back in the cell taking bets, relaxing. Motherfucker, I was in a hole. I listened to you on the radio.
It's all right, but they didn't give you any pickle juice, so you
They
didn't
ain't give me nothing.
dehydrate.
Nah, fuck, I had dog food.
The food couldn't have been that good in the joint.
No,
Couldn't have
it's
been that
horrible.
good.
Horrible.
It's just all right. So now here's the one that I don't understand. All right, parole violations, they can get you on anything, but that's another story. You in 2018, I think you went back to jail
Yeah.
for illegal gambling. What
No, it
the
wasn't
hell?
gambling. I wasn't I went to trial. I got a hung jury, and then the judge hated me. He was no good. He wouldn't let me play one tape to defend myself. So they came. I had to plead guilty to one count of not illegal gambling, placing a bet over the phone.
Placing a bet over the phone, is that's
Yes,
illegal?
yeah, I got 2 years for it. Making a bet over the phone, and the game I bet I lost. I bet Brady, and they lost.
Well, yeah, it's one of the few times. Yeah, but you got to.
Yeah.
You're betting against the number. Now, when back then everybody bet. So why did they get everybody used a bookmaker because you didn't
They
have all these
fucking hate
sites?
me. They hate me. I mean, the whole world bets. They would have to build. They would have to lock the whole country up.
Okay. Do you remember the first time we met?
Yeah,
And I'll
I
tell you.
I seen you out a lot of times.
Well, okay, yeah, but we never really met. I came to the coffee shop. There was a story
Oh
that,
yeah, with Lindros. But I knew you before that. I seen you
yeah,
around.
okay, yeah, we knew each other, but that's the first time.
Right.
So I come into the coffee shop. It was on what, Passyunk Avenue.
Yeah.
Snuff, little Snuff wasn't involved with you at that time. You were probably
I
too
wasn't
young
even
at that.
born.
He wasn't even born yet. He's only 33.
Yeah, I wasn't even born.
So, all right. So I come into the coffee shop and I want to straighten out the story. By coincidence, I'm on the front page of the Daily News that day. There's a caricature of me. They did a
Yeah.
story on me. So I come in and I ask the guy behind the counter, "Hey, is Joey here? Who can I
Farming.
say?" And then the guy says, "Cuz, who can I say wants him?" I said, "Howard Eskin." So one guy peels in the back. I'm talking to him. He says, "Can I get you anything?" He says, "Yeah, I'm going to get a cappuccino." He says, "Cappuccino machine doesn't work." I says, "It's a coffee shop and the cappuccino machine doesn't work."
Yeah.
And then,
Right.
what was beautiful, I was a little intimidated because you had two cars, black cars out there. The feds were out there. They watched you all the time. So I was out there. So a few minutes later, the guy comes from the back. He says, "Cuz, Joey will be here in about 10 minutes." So about 10 minutes later, you come walking in, must be about 15 guys with you. Come walking in. I says, "Oh my God, what the hell's going to happen now?" And I talked to you about the story. And then you came on the radio with me that night.
Yeah. That night I came on the radio.
That might be the first time, that might have been the first time that you ever went public
Yeah.
as
That
Joey
was.
Merlino. Yeah.
Yeah. That was. Yeah.
Okay. Now, so what do you think when they write stories and you look back and you write stories and it says mob boss, alleged mob boss, mob boss? What do you think of those stories? Because in the world we live in now, that never goes away. What do you think about
It
those
sells
stories?
papers. It fucking sells papers. If they
So,
pull me a fucking waiter, who's going to buy the paper? Right? If they said Joey the waiter, who's going to buy it? Don't mob boss sound better?
Yeah, okay. So, what is? First of all, nobody liked to be called the mob. It was organized crime, and we don't whatever it was. Nobody liked to be called that. Why? I mean, how did you deal with? Did people refer to you as Joey, or "Hey, there's the mob boss"? When you hear people talking, chattering behind you, what did they say? Yeah, they're not selling papers.
No, it's Joey that people call me. Nobody ever told
Oh,
me that.
okay. Okay. So it's just it really is. When you think of and we're gonna get into rats too. When you told me, I'm gonna see if you mention this guy. You told me one guy was really a rat. It's a guy that got you put away because he was a rat, and I think he went into witness protection. Give me the worst rats. And you guys don't like rats.
You don't either.
No, I don't. No, I
You don't
don't.
like people making stories up about you, right? Tattletales?
No. Yeah, well, they make them up
Yeah.
because I know, I know.
You
I
went
just
through it. Yeah.
yeah, I got fucked too.
Yeah.
It's the first time that I use. Hey, listen, you're going to beat me on that word tonight. But it was brutal. It was brutal.
Yeah.
It's just, but that's what people want to do. But
Yeah.
so, all right. So, who were the biggest rats uh, uh, that really dimed you out? Who were the biggest
They're
rats?
all, to me, they're all the same. Every one of them. There was 8 of them to testify. I mean, they're all the same. They're all doing the same thing. They all got in trouble. Not one person that testified against me ever got caught doing a crime with me.
Really?
They all got caught doing their own crimes, and then they came in and said, Joey told me to do it. And I got more people out of jail than any lawyer in the country. They went
Really?
home and I had to fight for my life. So they're all the same.
All right. So I remember one time you told me, you kind of got in shape in the joint. So when you went in the joint, you worked out every day.
Yeah,
I know we took a.
I was ripped up.
You know what? I don't. If I could find a picture, we're on the beach.
We were on a beach. I
You're
had a
cut.
12-pack.
I had a 4-pack. You had a
Yeah.
12-pack. If I find the picture and I can put it up, I'm going to put it up.
Yeah, I
But
gotta find that picture. I think it's on my old phone.
well, I got it. It's, I mean, it's just, it's crazy. I'm going to find that picture. All right. So I remember there was a guy, and I only met him once. I met him at the, uh, I don't know. It's called Prime now. It's at Rittenhouse Square. It's the restaurant there. What was it called back then? You remember it? It was a steakhouse right next to,
Prime?
right next to, right on the corner there of Locust and 18th. Was it on the other
Oh
side?
yeah. What? Not Smith and Nowinski. Butcher and Singer.
No, no, that was at 15th. But anyway,
What?
I met a guy.
I know.
Uh,
Yeah, I remember Ralph Natali, that motherfucker.
yeah, okay, yeah, that's the guy, Ralph Natali. All
Yeah.
right, so and didn't he get witness protection?
Yeah, he got
Uh,
everything. I got him, his son-in-law out of jail. They were getting life with no parole.
really?
Yeah,
Uh,
they were never
so
getting out.
so he got. Did anybody ever find him?
No, he died, the motherfucker. I wish he went blind though. See, God punished him. He went blind for like 4 years. I
Uh,
wish he would have lived it. He was living in a room blind. I wish he would have lived the 200 years, that motherfucker. Sitting in a
okay.
room blind.
Well, but snuff.
No, get
Did
Yeah.
stuff.
you know? Did you know a lot about Joey in his past, or alleged? I'm going to say alleged in his past, before you started being his buddy and working with him.
I just know Joey as my father's friend and someone I just always like to
Okay.
break his balls.
Snuff didn't know who Joe Montana was. You fucking don't know about me.
Yeah.
I told him Joe Montana is one of the best quarterbacks. He said, he don't even know who the fuck he is.
Joe Montana is not one of the best. Joe Montana is the best
It is.
quarterback.
It
I
is.
think he's better than Brady. I
That's
really do
close.
think he's better than Brady.
That's close. They're both great, but
Uh,
Brady's records will never be broke, though.
No.
yeah, but it's different. The game
Yeah.
is
Oh, yeah.
different.
He played.
You're not
Yeah.
allowed to
I mean,
touch.
he played at a different time, Montana. Yeah.
You're not allowed
But
to touch the defenders. You're not
yeah.
allowed to do. There's so many things that you weren't allowed to do, which is ridiculous. I'm trying to find that picture. I'm dying. With my 4-pack and you with your
Yeah.
12
Put the
pack.
picture up.
I'm trying to find it.
Maybe I get a couple texts, messages.
He's all jacked up.
Well, I'm trying to find it, and if I find it, it's going up. But so all right, Ralph Natali was a rat.
Right.
Can
A
and
lying
you've
rat. Lying rat.
okay on your podcast, you have
Right.
named other rats. What
Yes.
other rats can you tell me that were just rats are just not good people to you
Just
guys?
just
What other
scumbag.
rats?
I
What
can
other
name
rats?
fucking. We got enough time on here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I
Yeah, go ahead.
fucking Previty, Roger Vella, Horsehead, Tashi Patton, Bobby Luisi, J.R. Rubio. I there's so many I fucking forget. They all testify. I got them all out of jail. And
And
Mike Castellaro,
Pete the Chrome.
Pete the Crumb. I
so,
can't
and
even.
did those guys ever go to jail?
No, they got no. A majority of them, no, not at all. And the rest of them was all facing life. They got a couple years.
Jeez. So rats aren't a good thing
No,
in your world. All right.
nobody
Here's
likes him. Do you like Tattletales like when you were a kid?
no. I get it. All right.
Well, they make up stories. The worst is a fucking lion rat. They're all liars.
Well, what they're trying to save their own ass is what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They get paid millions of dollars from the government. They get protection. They get a house. They relocate their family, and they get out of jail. What the fuck?
Uh,
That's
it-
priceless. The time's priceless.
hey, Joey, can you? This is like an off the wall question. Can you get through a sentence without saying fuck?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I really don't think
Let me
so.
try not to curse. Let me see how it goes.
Okay. Hey, I found the picture. I found the picture. All right. I'm going to send it to my producer.
All right,
and
put me up. Put us up.
I'm gonna see if he can put it up there. It's on the beach in Florida here. I'm gonna see if he can put it up there, and and then we're gonna. Oh, where the it's just this is not rocket science here. All right, here we go. I just sent him the picture. All right, I got another question. It's The Sopranos. I love the show. I love the show. I'm friends. I met them all because they shot scenes at the Borgata when I did a show there, and they had a party and they invited me to the party. So I met them all. Gail DeFino was an unbelievably nice guy. Nice, wonderful guy. I'm friends with Steve Shrippa, who was Bobby Bacala. How close and from being around it in South Philadelphia, again, I'm just, it's just all like alleged, whatever. How close was The Sopranos to the way that that people are depicted in that area?
I never watched The Sopranos in my life. Not one episode.
Really?
Never. They stereotype against Italians. We don't live like that. People said I read a lot of shit about. I never watched one episode.
Is
There's
that
the
right?
picture.
Yeah. It's look at your 12 pack.
I can't
And
see
my
the fucking thing. Snuff's got an iPhone 1.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised he still doesn't have his BlackBerry.
Yeah, BlackBerry.
Sidekick.
I can't
So,
see you now, Howard.
Oh, you can't see it?
No, I see the picture. I can't see the 12 pack, but I can't see you.
Well, yeah, I got a 4-pack. You got the 12.
Right.
You got the. You
No, but
got
I
the
can't
12
see
pack.
you like live now.
Oh, okay. But it's up there for people to see.
All right. All right.
So I had the picture. So you can't tell. You never watched The Sopranos. Never.
Never watched it. Never watched one episode. Never.
It's just all right. Why I remember going out, and I'm sharing some things, which is not a big deal. We went out to dinner, and you were a rock star down in Florida at the restaurant. Why do people embrace? I don't know if it's the Italians that they embrace. I don't know. And they're great. I know a lot of Italian great people. I'll say that because I don't know who's going to start my car tomorrow. But there's a lot.
You need a new car anyway. You said you needed a new car anyway.
Do you have somebody that could start my car for me tomorrow? But anyway, it just, why are alleged mob people rock stars? What is it about? What is it about that? What are the funniest things people have said to you?
Listen, I'm nice to everybody. I tip everybody. Nobody tips better than us. I tip everybody. I'm nice to everybody. Respect everybody. We treat people right. I treat waiters and waitresses better than anybody. Bartenders, valet guys. I'm just nice to them, and I tip them.
You tip them well.
I tip them well. I went to the fucking game last year. We sat in the second row. The Sixers, in playoffs against the Knicks, and Bradley Cooper was in front of us in the
Okay.
front row. He was on the court. And the waitress we knew from our neighborhood, she came over. It was me, Snuff, Wag. We all gave her $100 each. We knew her. She came back over. I said, "How much Bradley Cooper?" He didn't give her $1 tip. He's worth fucking $100 million.
He's a good guy. He was a
He's
big
cheap
fan of mine.
motherfucker.
Yeah, he's
That's what
not
the
a good
fuck he is.
tipper. Yeah.
He ain't a good tipper. You fucking got $100 million. You want to tip a fucking waitress or a waiter? The fuck out of there. Fuck him too.
He's a good guy. He's always been nice to me, and he was a
I'm not being a
fan.
nice guy. He's a cheap motherfucker. I'll tell you that.
All right. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Next time I talk to him, I'm gonna tell him you got to tip better because people
Yeah.
are talking about you.
No,
All
you
right.
should tip. I mean, come
Uh,
on.
all
I
right.
could have 200 on me. I'm going to give the waiter 100. That's just the
Okay.
way we were brought up. My father always taught us that. I taught my kids that no matter what. You got to tip people. You got to take care of people, waitresses, bartenders. I mean, come on.
All right. So now,
So
you
that's
never
why they
watched
like me.
I'm telling you, but The Sopranos. I'm telling you, I
You're
love the
stuck on
show.
this fucking Sopranos. Fuck the Sopranos. I don't watch it.
But you know what? There's a Sopranos in Philadelphia. Well, not anymore. But I mean, who would Tony Soprano be? Well, whatever. All right. So now, how did you? Let's talk about the steak shop. You told me how you got started in it.
Right.
And I see you post videos with your boy there, and you're yelling at him all the time. You got to stop fucking yelling at him.
All the fuck he does is eat and gamble.
I enjoy it.
Well, I can
You
tell
got
he's
Howard give you the games. You got to start getting him in picks because he's bad.
Well, yeah, we talked about that. I mean, it just, hey, I was really good, when
No,
I
you
was
were.
Vegas
I used to
fit.
follow you. Remember? I used to text you. You used to give me games.
I know. I still, what I do now, I put up games on my website and I ask people for donations, small donations, like $15. Give them like 4 games on Saturday, 4 games in the Monday night game, whatever. I give them games and the donations go to 2 SPCAs in Delaware County.
That's
And I
beautiful.
don't take a penny. I don't
That's
take a
beautiful.
penny. And I get people to sponsor the picks. And it's all for 2 SPCAs.
That's
It's
beautiful.
Brandywine Valley SPCA and Providence Animal Center.
I love dogs. I love animals better than people. I swear on my mother.
Yeah, I tell you, where would we be without him? Where
They're the
would we be
best.
without him?
They're the best.
It's unbelievable. Okay, so how did the podcast start? You know,
It was about what 2 years.
2 years.
September will be 2 years.
Yeah.
No, it was just. I used to watch these, the YouTube things, and I used
Yep.
to, and all these rats got podcasts. Whatever the fuck they go in there, they make videos, and they talk about the people like Sammy the Bull. He put 100 people in jail. He's selling a shirt on his merchandise with the number 19. That's how many people he killed, and he killed a fucking 16-year-old kid. And
He's in
they
jail,
wanted to
right?
brag like making money bragging about it. I said, I'm tired of this shit. A good guy's got to speak, and I said I'm starting a podcast to go after them motherfuckers. So I had to get his sidekick. And I was with Kevin Connolly started me out from Entourage, and he
Right.
said, "You know anybody like?" I sent him Snuff, like Snuff. Talked to him. He said he's perfect. It's a home run. You got to do it with him, and that's how we started.
So, and because you used the 4-letter word, we've used it all night. You've used it more. I told people the over under for you on the show tonight of that word is going to be 60, and I took the over.
Yeah.
It was like a 3-5 favorite taking the over.
Easy winner.
So, it's just, but you're not allowed on Twitter, right? Is that the deal? You weren't allowed on
No,
Twitter?
YouTube were on. They hate us. Like they demonetized us.
Yeah, we've been stuck on
We're
like
shadow
76,000
ban.
subscribers.
We
for a
got
year.
50,000. We had 50,000 subscribers in like a month and a half.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And then we got 70. We've been stuck. They don't show our videos. They hate us. Let's
Yeah.
all them fucking liberals and all. I don't fuck them. I don't give a fuck about them.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's just, but yeah, I mean, you do what you got to do, but the podcast, is it a fun thing? Is it a
Yeah.
financial thing? It's a fun thing.
No,
So,
we don't make no money. I mean, listen. Like you got a studio. We got to hire somebody, the camera. It's a fucking lot. Traveling. We don't make no money. I'm not doing it for the money. I just want to fucking. I'm the voice I'm the voice for the people that can't speak.
I see somebody got his baby girl dog from Brandywine Valley SPCA, which is really nice. Somebody mentioned, I try to raise a lot of money. Why do we
Could you
lose
hear
the
me?
pic? Yeah, there we go. I try to raise a lot of money
Fucking
for.
snuff phone.
No,
Could you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, we're good. We're good. Don't play around with it. Is your battery low? Was that the deal? Is the battery low?
Snuff. Could you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Fucking phone.
He's frozen.
What do you expect?
Genius, you froze up.
Okay, I'm good. Can you hear me now? Okay.
Wait, you say it's like right now?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
but
I-
he's
But
frozen.
he's frozen.
Okay.
What the
I'm.
fuck's he talking about?
Hit
Yeah.
leave again and then go back on.
Can you hear me?
No.
It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. I'm not done with my questions. I'm not done with my questions. I'm good. Can you hear me now?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I
coming
can
out of
hear
Carmen's
you.
phone.
Yeah, I can hear you. Are they going to try to reset? I wanted to say, somebody mentioned that
All right. Could you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now. I got you. Somebody said that I raise money for autism. The Eagles have their ride, their walk, their bike ride and whatever, coming up May 17th, and I raise money for that every year. I've raised $700,000 for
Well,
Eagles
God bless you.
autism.
I know Jeffrey Lurie's big with that too. He does
Yeah,
a good
well,
job.
yeah,
God bless you.
he puts a lot of the team's money into that
Yeah,
to make sure that it's successful, and they raise a lot of money for autism.
that's
So
nice.
actually, I got a link that I'm going to put up on my Twitter and Facebook sometime before the night's over for
All right.
people to
We'll
donate.
share it too.
But but I'll try to do that. So the thing that I remember when we met kind of officially, unofficially, people, and I don't want to mention his name because he's, as you would say, a rat bastard. Uh, so accused you of getting inside information and tickets from Eric Lindros.
Oh, that motherfucker, Massinelli. Fuck him.
I didn't want to mention his name.
Oh, I did. I don't give a fuck about him.
Yeah, but it just gives him attention, and he's getting
All
buried,
right.
and his ratings suck. He's getting
Yeah, who the fuck's
buried.
gonna watch him? I
Yeah,
thought he was
right.
dead. I thought he died. I didn't even know he was living.
Well, so that's we met, and it's just inside. Who the hell bets hockey? I mean, who's going to bet hockey for Christ's sake?
I bet it, but I didn't bet.
Well,
I'm
you
just
bet.
saying, I bet hockey. I bet any fucking thing.
You bet
I
two
mean, I used to.
turtles
I'm done.
racing.
I only bet football now.
Well, the thing is, I don't bet. I just pick games because
Right.
my satisfaction, it's not going to change my life if I win.
Right.
My satisfaction is raising money for those two SPCAs.
Right.
That's my
That's beautiful.
satisfaction.
Well, you're a multimillionaire anyway.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Well, one multi.
One
No,
multi.
you got.
Hey, Snuff,
I would
is your
ask you.
financial guy.
Wait,
Send me your financial advisor.
Okay, I will.
All
I will. And actually, the financial advisors, Stillwell Financial Advisors, they can help you out. Jeff
All right.
Stillwell,
Nice.
he's actually a really good guy, and he's a big
Good.
sports
Nice.
fan. The thing is, and I asked this question with all due respect: how many mattresses do you have money in?
Me? Don't let me curse you, please. Don't let me curse you.
Are they? Is the money mixed in with the seeded bread for your steak
Seeded bread,
sandwiches?
yeah. We're gonna have it now soon though. We're gonna franchise them all over, put them all over.
You got to just relax. Just make the first one work
No, we are.
properly.
I am.
Yeah, you can't just you can't just open them up and say, I know you're big, Joey, but this is your area. You
Yeah.
franchise them in the area you're talking about. Yeah,
No, I wouldn't put none here. I got
Yeah.
people. I can put 100 of them all over. People want them. They text me all day, but I gotta wait. I'm gonna wait. Well,
You know
I'm
what?
gonna do them.
I'm going to give a shout out for you were going to use Karanji's bread, correct?
Yeah, the fucking joint burned down.
I know. Yeah, who burned that down? Was that Jewish?
I didn't want it to burn down. Believe me.
Was that like whatever kind of lightning they call
Nah,
it?
it was a fucking fire.
No,
Yeah,
it
good
was
bread.
real. It was real. But they're supposed to build a new one.
You're supposed to.
Yeah, so that bread's really good. It's all
Yeah.
about the bread. You know
Yeah.
it as an Italian. You know it. It's all
No,
about
but
the
a lot
bread.
of these places, I learned a lot of these places. Listen, I grew up on cheesesteaks. My mother used to make them in a frying pan. I grew up. I used to go to Pat's, Geno's all the time. I mean, that's where we went. That was the only places in Philly. We took it to another level. We got the best meat, the good. We got the. They used it. We got a hard bread. We took it to another level. Our meat is unbelievable. They use shit. Believe me, their meat's no good. We
Well,
use the best meat. We
well,
took the cheesesteak to another level.
sarcones and kasha bread is really
No,
pretty
yeah,
good.
they're all good. Listen, I love kasha. I love sarcone, but it's got to hold up. You know what I mean? It's got to last. You know, you get
And
the bread six in the morning.
I got to tell you that I'm friends with Danny at Angelo's.
He's a rat too.
No, he's not. Stop.
1,000% rat.
No, stop. Stop.
No,
No, I don't.
no,
I'm not going to
stopping.
let you do that because he's a friend of mine. I can't
He's a
let
rat.
you do that.
Oh, he's a rat.
Okay.
Then shut the fucking thing off. I
He's
know.
my
I can tell you.
he's a
a
friend
rat.
of mine. He's
All
a
right.
friend of mine.
I have friends that were ratted on me too.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. You know the case.
stop.
Rick Tockett, the state police. You know the case.
Well, Rick Tockett might be the next coach of the Flyers.
If Rick Tockett ain't the next coach of the Flyers should move. They definitely got to hire him.
Well, have you talked to Tock?
No, I haven't talked to him, but I think they got to hire him. They destroyed the organization. He's a good coach. I'll get them back.
All right. And so now you're going to franchise the cheesesteak place. See, I try not to eat meat because, I'm a sex symbol and I'm trying to keep my
Right.
body in shape
We'll
because
give you
I want to
chicken.
get, well, like chicken cheesesteak.
Yeah,
And yet,
yeah,
did you get the Cooper Sharp cheese?
yeah. We got chicken cheesesteak with Cooper Sharp, spinach, broccoli, whatever you want on it.
Yeah, well, you got to have the Cooper Sharp. You
We
got to
got
have the
it. We
Cooper
got
Sharp.
Cooper. We got every
Okay.
cheese you want.
You got
And
to,
New Yorker shredded American, the best.
Yeah.
okay. So it's all good. So, are you going to go in any other business endeavors other than the cheesesteaks?
As of now, no, not that I know of.
Okay.
Unless
Uh,
somebody comes with a deal or something.
yeah, does anybody give you a hard time anymore? Any of the, I'll say the legal officials give you a hard time anymore, or they're done.
What the fuck's legal? What's that? Legal officials.
Well, I'm talking about
Oh, the
the
cops.
feds, the
They
cops, the
always bother
feds.
me. I probably get it. They never gonna stop bothering me.
Well, but they take care of the traffic in front for you. The local cops are
No,
good
the local.
guys.
Listen, it ain't the local cops. It ain't them.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
they're all good guys. It's the
yeah.
FBI.
So are you thinking about putting a place down the shore?
No, I don't know about the shore. I was going. I don't know. Maybe next year. It's too soon. Memorial Day's in 2 weeks.
Well, do you go down the shore a lot? Because Florida's too hot in the summer,
Yeah,
right?
it's. I mean, I come back once in a while. I go to Margate, Wildwood. I like Wildwood. I never went to Wildwood. I went a couple times last year. I loved it.
Wildwood. A friend of mine has at Diamond Beach, which is technically
Yeah,
Wildwood.
yeah, it's beautiful.
He's the only hotel. It's Icona, the only
Right.
hotel that owns the beach
Owns the
in
beach.
in the Jersey Shore. He
Oh,
owns the beach because it was from years ago, and when he bought the beach. It's a beautiful hotel. He does great things with the food.
that's
Uh,
good. Yeah,
yeah,
Wildwood's nice. Well, there's a lot to do in Margate. I've been to
Diamond
Wildwood.
Beach is that place is really beautiful. Well, I'm going to stop in, Joey. I'll stop in.
Yeah, we got
What's
good
the
chicken
best
wings
time?
too.
Okay. What's
Well, you
the
just
best?
text me when you want to come, and
Okay.
I'll give you whatever you want.
Okay. It's just, I just try to keep my figure where it is. I don't want to look like Snuff.
No,
I want to look
no
like you.
snuff, fucking
Yeah.
snuff.
I got good hair though, so it's all right.
Snuff will eat you. What else I had to tell you? So, what do you think? What do you think of the Eagles?
Okay. And you always ask me this question. I think they're really good. Here's the thing that I really concerned. They're the best. They're the best team in the city. That's without question. But it's so hard. How about this stat, Joey? The teams that lose the Super Bowl have only been back to a Super Bowl once in 31 years the next year. Once. Now you win, you have a better chance.
Right.
But it's new for a lot of guys. You got a lot of young guys. They're doing a lot of stuff in the off season. I know when they get out there and they work hard when they play. I just hope they don't get caught up in being bigger celebrities than they already were. Because when you play for the Eagles, you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
Cooper DeJean, great, great,
Yeah.
great guy. I can go right down the list of great guys. I just hope that they grab hold of who they are and work as hard as they did. They're going to be right in it.
No,
Obviously.
they got a good organization. You got Big Dom over there. The coach is great.
Yeah.
I
As a
mean,
matter of fact, Big Dom says hello. He
tell him
says,
he's a good
you know,
man. He came by the
you,
cheesesteak place. He's a good man.
and I said to him, I said, he said something in a text. He said something about the mob. I said, "What do you know about the mob?" I don't know anybody.
No, he's a good man. He's a good man, Dom.
But
But
Dom knows where all the bodies are buried. Is what he
I,
knows.
I think they're going to be good. I think they're going
All
to come
right,
up.
so let's go down to teams. I think the Eagles are clearly the best team, and
Yeah,
they got a really good shot to go back to the Super Bowl. Last year they didn't play the best team from the AFC.
no.
Kansas City,
Listen,
he's the best coach.
Kansas City will never be in the fucking Super Bowl again. They got hit to Mahomes.
Yeah.
Everybody had him breaking Brady's record. Get the fuck out.
Well, Buffalo and Baltimore were better. All right.
Yeah, yeah, they were.
So
Yeah.
the Phillies aren't good enough. They're good, but I don't think they're good enough. Their bullpen is not good enough. And they just, unless they hit home runs, they have trouble scoring.
Right.
And I just don't think you can win. You can win like that. They play bad teams. They beat them up. But I, they're good. They're probably the second best team in town.
Right.
The Flyers, I think, are going to win a championship before the Sixers, but that's not going to be
Absolutely.
for a while. Not
Right.
going to be. And the Sixers are the biggest farce of an organization that I've in my lifetime in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
The
no, they
owner
did.
doesn't care about the basketball team. He cares about the football team. The general manager is a total fraud. And I'm going to get into that. I'm going to just tell you right now. You saw what Tyrese Halliburton did last night.
Yeah,
Sixers could have had him. He
Yeah.
didn't want him. So I know for a fact from Sacramento ownership they would have given up one less draft pick, one less player for the Ben Simmons trade, but he wanted James Harden. And he denies it. He can deny all you
right.
want. And then he gives up a first round pick to trade Al Horford, which now they might lose that pick. This guy is clueless. Absolutely. They have the Sixers. I'll tell you this, Joey. Sixers are 3 to 4 years away from being 3 to 4 years away from being 3 to 4 years away from being 3 to 4 years away.
Listen, they could have had James Tatum.
No, they couldn't. I'm going to tell you why. Because I know Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge, they wanted Fultz. And
Right.
if they weren't going to take Fultz, the Boston Celtics weren't going to make the trade. Danny worked it out with him
Oh, I
because
did.
he was going to get Tatum at 3. Because if Fultz goes 1, who was it? Ball went 2. Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Ball went. They knew
Ball.
he was going to go 2, and Tatum was going to go 3. But if the Sixers were going to take Tatum, then the trade would have never happened. So I know that because
All right. Well,
I
you got
got
the
to be
inside information.
well, yeah, because I'm friends with Danny. I got to
Yeah,
know him really well when Barkley was playing in Phoenix, and
yeah.
Barkley's the best boy.
I love him.
Charles, uh,
I talked to him about it 2 months ago at Barkley. He's good. He's a good man.
yeah, he's a great guy. I'm sure you saw him at the saloon once or
Yeah,
twice.
he's always in there. Yeah, he's always. That's his
No,
hangout.
you're always in there.
I'm
You got
always
to
in
do
there
your
too.
your videos, and this is the best, and that's the best. I'm telling you, if everything was the best, Snuff would be 600 pounds.
No, don't worry. He's close to it. He's close to it.
Okay, all right, you guys are beautiful. All right, is there any other questions you have for me?
Nah.
Sports questions, games. We'll wait for football. I'll talk to you
Yeah,
about football.
football.
Yeah,
Football.
football. And you
Oh
know
yeah,
what?
wait, I do got a question for you. What
Sure.
was your name in the paper, but it really wasn't your name? Like, who did you give the picks under?
Vegas Vic.
Vegas
It was
Vic.
Vegas Vic.
Yeah.
Vegas Vic, 1977. I started that column.
You fucking buried me, them picks.
I had every Monday night game right except one. And that's and people didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
And I tried to keep it a secret. So, and then, there was a writer that tried to complain to the leagues. I'm in the locker room. I'm getting inside information. Let me tell you something. Inside information is useless. It's
Yeah, no
useless.
shit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's useless. So, the reality is I picked them. I have trends. I look at things. You feel lines. It's just these guys. So, and I met 2 heads of security for baseball and the NFL, and they say, we've checked you out. There's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
it's such bullshit. But nobody knew for about, and when they took a picture of me and put the ad in the Daily News from the back, so
Right.
people didn't know people didn't know for 2.5 years, and then they finally found out who
Nice.
I was.
They accused me of fixing the Super Bowl when Eagles beat New England when they beat Brady. They said I fixed it. I was on
And
trial.
how did you fix it? How
Oh,
did
fuck do I know? Because I was coming out of court, and the guy from the Post said, "Who's going to win the Super Bowl?" The Eagles are +3. I said the Eagles are going to win the whole game. They don't, money line, just bet the Eagles. I said they're going to beat them, and they said I fixed it. Fuck, I
Really?
fixed the Super Bowl.
That's the last winner he gave out.
Fuck you talking about?
And that was Super Bowl 52. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, 2018. When was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, 18 versus
Yeah.
Patriots.
Yeah, 18. That
Yeah,
year
well,
I got my leg broken that year on the sideline on Christmas night.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You got.
I didn't tell anybody because I wouldn't have been allowed to work the game, but it was a
Right.
non-weight bearing bone, so it hurt, boy. But
Yeah, they roll
I
up on you.
told Nick Sirianni, listen, if I can play hurt, that the players can play hurt. What the
Right.
hell? It's
He's a good coach. I like him.
What's that?
I like
He's a good
Sirianni.
coach.
He's a good coach. Yeah.
He's a very
He's
good
good.
coach. He's a
Barkley's
very
the
good
best.
coach. Yeah. So I can't believe how would they think that you fixed the game?
Oh, fuck do I know? I don't know. Fix the election. They said I fixed the election too for Biden.
Well, I don't want to get into politics, but it's just. But how could you have fixed the game?
They said I don't know. Came out and I got the article. I'm gonna send it to you. I gotta find it. It was an article, in one of them fucking papers.
Okay.
They said
All
I
right.
fixed the game.
All right. Well, I it might have been the best Super Bowl game ever. up
That
to
was.
that point. Up to that point.
You know, if I told you these stats right now, Brady had 506 yards,
Yep.
5 touchdowns to 5 different receivers, and lost, and no interceptions and lost. What would you bet if I tell you Brady's gonna have a game like that?
Oh, I know. It's unbelievable. I think they had over 600 yards total offense.
Yeah,
The Eagles, when they graded their defense that year, I was talking to a couple of coaches. It was one of the worst, one of the 2 or 3 worst grades for their defense of the season. But Nick Foles was out of his mind. He had
yeah,
one interception, but that was like a drop pass.
right.
It was unbelievable to think about that game. It was truly, and the play that obviously the Philly special, and the fact that
Yeah,
Brady and the Patriots couldn't pull it off. That
yeah.
was great. But who do you think is the best coach in football in the last 30 years? I'm going to give you 30 years.
Andy Reid.
Belichick.
Without Tom Brady, where do you think Belichick?
No,
What
I
kind of?
know, but he's good.
You know what Rodney Harrison told me one time, and I asked him a serious question. I got to know Rodney. I says, "What kind of record do you think I call him Belichick because he cheated in that Eagles Super Bowl, Belichick, and now he's being run around like a puppet." But if if I Rodney Harrison told me, I said, "What kind of record?" He said, "Probably 9-7." And then they wouldn't have home field. And that's
Right.
what got them in. They had a bad division. The AFC East was terrible for
Yeah.
15 years. So don't give me Belichick, really. I mean, I'm going to give you,
Andy Reid's a great coach.
okay, Andy Reid's the best. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you my 5 best coaches. All right. I got Andy Reid. I've got uh, Chuck Noll.
What
I
about Bill
got,
Walsh?
I was going to say Bill, not in any certain order. Andy Reid's number 1, and then Bill Walsh. Who am I missing? I don't know about Don Shula, but he had the most wins. But they're all better.
Big
They're all
Tom
better.
Landry.
Tom
Jimmy
Landry. That's
Johnson.
who?
He said Jimmy Johnson. He don't remember none of them guys except Jimmy. You don't even
Jimmy.
remember Jimmy Johnson.
No, I
You don't
wasn't.
remember Jimmy Johnson?
No, not when he was coaching.
Jeez, Jimmy Johnson was a great. He's better than Belichick.
Yeah,
Uh,
he won 3 Super Bowls, right? What do you win? 3?
okay, okay, 3. All right. Who, in your opinion, the best quarterback? And we're going to eliminate Brady and Montana. Who is the best
Dan
quarterback?
Marino.
Yep. I would go with Dan Marino too.
Yeah,
It's just Aaron Rodgers should have won more Super Bowls. There's something
yeah.
goofy about that
That's
guy.
enough with him.
Something's wrong with him now. Though. What the fuck happened to him?
Yeah, he turned goofy. It turned goofy. All right. So here I won my bet because
How many times I cursed?
I took the over 60 on Fox, and
All
you
right.
went for 64.
All right,
Wow.
good.
All right.
That wasn't bad. I tried to calm it down tonight. I'm working on it.
Okay. All right. I'll see you soon.
All right,
Thank
my
you,
brother.
brother.
Snuff, take care.
See you later. Thank
Should I
you.
call you
Thanks,
Snuff or Little Snuff? Should I call you
Snuff,
Snuff?
fine. Either one.
Okay.
Fat
All right.
snuff,
Fat
whatever.
stuff, little
But
stuff.
but the guy next to you calls you an asshole. But other than
No, I don't use that word.
No, he don't. He
I don't
don't.
use that.
okay.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Bill.
all right, Howard.
I'll see you guys later. Oh my gosh. Over under on the word. And I'm not going to use it now. I only used it to kind of to fit in there. Oh, yeah. No, somebody just brought up Joe Gibbs. Yes, Joe Gibbs is better than Belichick. Absolutely. Absolutely better than Bill Belichick. Oh my gosh. Without question. Without question. So hopefully people enjoyed that. All right. So let me take care of some business here. And I got to deal with something really, really, and thanks again to our presenting sponsor, uh, Stillwell Financial Investments. Jeff's such a great guy. Jeff Stillwell, you got any kind of wealth? Yeah, he's going to help you. Jeff Stillwell's going to help you because he can explain it to you so you understand. He's very good at what he does, and I've heard that from other people. He explained it to me. Jeff Stillwell is the guy. He's the man. And here's his number: 732-343-0813. 732 343-0813. All right. I want to tell you about our Jeff Silwell. Great. And I'm so happy that he's presenting sponsor. I couldn't have anybody better as the presenting sponsor of the Howard Eskin Show. But I want to tell you about some other partners that we have. And I'm going to tell you about Jason with Cut the Cord, because Jason can save you money. Cut the Cord with Jason offers an incredible service that will save you money. He'll come out to your house, cut your cable off, set you up with less wireless, less expensive internet service, less expensive, and streaming services, which include all the local and national channels. So you still get to see all the Philadelphia Pro games. And if you have a second home, don't worry about it. It comes with the package. Jason can set up another home, one monthly bill for both houses. For more information and to save yourself lots and lots of money, call Jason at 215-801-5858. That's 215-801-5858. All right. Is your backyard in need of some help? Probably is. Probably is in maybe many ways. You can transform your backyard with Piazza Property Pros. They are the experts, and they will bring you a backyard and your home, something that you never dreamed about, and you will be dreaming about it now. New in-ground pool or renovation for your pool, Piazza Property Pros, they have you covered. 25, listen to this, 25 years of experience. They don't subcontract. It's their people. They'll turn your vision into a reality with top-notch craftsmanship and unmatched customer service. All the work is done by their own skilled team, including excavation, fencing, landscaping, pool maintenance. You got it all. Trust Piazza Property Pros to deliver exceptional results. And it'll be within your budget too. Here's a number: 610-566-2608, 610-566-2608, or check them out on the internet, piazzaoutdoor.com. You'll love what they can do to your home. And you want to drive a nice new car, and Audi of Westchester has the cars coming in and no tariffs on the at the cars. Uh, I mean, you're going to get a beautiful Audi vehicle. They got cars coming in. I should get another one probably in the next week or so. Audi of Westchester, state of the art facility, beautiful showroom, great people, fun people, no pressure free sales environment. And since Audi of Westchester is part of the Mainline Automotive Group, you'll have access to the largest selection of new and pre-owned Audi vehicles in the tri-state area. Stop by Audi of Westchester, located at 1421 Wilmington Pike, or check them out, AudiWestchester.com. That's AudiWestchester.com. All right. I do want to talk. Oh, and by the way, I will come up with a question soon so you can win the Oakley sunglasses. And you got to submit your entry by Friday at 12 a.m. Answer a question that I'm going. It's a question from the conversation with Joey Merlino, and at the end of the show, shortly. At the end of the show is going to be shortly. I'll give you the question. Submit it to howardeskin.com and into the contact page, and you can win a pair of pretty good sunglasses from Oakley. Really good sunglasses. All right, let me deal with the Sixers. And they are mean. Well, they're mean in this regard, but they're inept to put together a championship team. And Daryl Morey, that fraud of a general manager, will come out at the beginning of the season. We got a chance to win a championship. They're trying to tell you Joel Embiid will be ready for the start of the season. Those are all the things we know about. Here's what they did in the last couple of weeks. And this is what's amazing. Before I get into that, I'm sorry I didn't play this for Joey. Everybody knows what that is. We were in a courtroom. Joey's been in a lot of courtrooms. So they fired their senior director of communications, Rob King. All I could see, and the media works with him a lot. He did a great job, very good at his job. The media, sometimes it's hard to get along with the media. because of things that may or may not be said. Although I don't think the Sixers media is as tough as they should be on the Sixers for it's such a terrible organization. But how can you fire him? I know in the past, this is what Daryl Morey has done in the past, and I know this for a fact. He asked people, he asked people to take pay cuts. If they didn't take a pay cut, he would fire them. In this case, he didn't. Then they're saving money. He didn't ask Rob King, and this is what I've heard, that he didn't ask him to take a pay cut, but they fired him. They want to save money. Now think about this. Here's a team that wants to save money, firing a person like that who does his job very well. The media gets along with him great. He works with his staff great. They're paying two players, Joel Embiid and Paul George, about $115 million a year. And they played 60 games this year, 41 for Paul George and 19 for Joel Embiid. Played 60 games and they paid him $115 million. And you're going to save money by firing one of your good people. And that's what he does. Oh, we're going to save money. Yeah, it's ridiculous. The season ticket holders are bailing out by the thousands. But you don't get rid of good people. You made the mistake of signing Joel Embiid to an extension. Daryl Morey, I'm talking about. You made the mistake. Of signing Paul George to a 4-year contract. He's 35, and you got 3 more years left of a guy that's averaged, excluding 1 year, for the last 5 or 6 years, 50 some games a year. It's a joke. And here's a player he could have had, and he denies it. And I mentioned it briefly with Joey. I want you to take a look. Last night, Indiana goes up 2-0 on Cleveland. Last night, we're doing the show on Wednesday. So Tuesday night, they go up 2-0 with, a player that's just out of sight, terrific, Tyrese Halliburton. Watch. Here's the end of the game. Let's play the video. He misses a foul shot, which will put him down by 1. He gets his own rebound. A couple of seconds left. Look at this. A couple of seconds left. And they're down 2, a 3-pointer. He wins the game. That's Tyrese Halliburton. And you know what? The Sixers could have had Tyrese Halliburton. They could have had him. That was the deal. Daryl Morey denies it for Ben Simmons. They could have had him and they traded the Nets, I think, 2 number 1 picks. And Steph Curry, they could have kept. I don't think Sacramento wanted Steph Curry. But they could have had, I guess they wanted to get rid of Halliburton because they were going to have to pay him. But Sacramento, and I know for a fact, 100%, the Sixers could have had him. He didn't want him. Daryl Morey didn't want Tyrese Halliburton. Scored 11 points in the 4th quarter. Hits the big 3 to win the game. He's a stud. He's a star. And a star for years. He didn't want him. He wanted James Harden. He was playing okay with the Clippers. And the Clippers are better without Paul George. And how about Buddy Hield playing well? Once players leave the Sixers, some of them, sometimes they get better. But whatever. He could have had Tyrese Halliburton, and that's a disgrace. He's so brutal. How he has a job, I'll never know. That team is a disaster. The worst ownership organization in Philadelphia in my lifetime. So, all right. So I had my say about the Sixers, but to fire a guy who is a trooper, a great employee, and did everything well, it's just brutal. It's just to save money. And you're spending $115 million on 2 players that can't play because they're always hurt. It's a joke. All right. I'm going to leave you tonight. Oh, let me give you the question. All right. We got to exclude Tom Brady and Joe Montana. Who is the best, according to Joey Merlino? I think Snuff had somebody else. But according to Joey Merlino, who is the best quarterback over the last 30 years in the NFL? And you got to exclude Brady and Montana because you could take either one of those and, you'd be right. I think it's Montana. But I'm taking those two guys out of the mess. Who did Joey say is the best quarterback in the last 30 years in the NFL? Yeah, all right. Put up the graphic. Put it up. So that's the question. Email your answer to the contact page at howardeskin.com. The contact page, and we'll select a winner from random. The winner will be randomly chosen from all correct entries. Emails must be received by this Friday at 12 a.m. The winner of the Oakley sunglasses will be announced on my show on Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. I see somebody says Billy King is a better general manager than Daryl Morey. I'm telling you, you could find a kid in a fourth grade class to be a better manager, a better general manager than Daryl Morey. It's just it's unbelievable. So submit. I see people submitting answers on their on the responses here on the chat pages, but just submit it to. It's just submit it to my my website. So it's just. I'm just looking at some of these. If AJ or AJ Brown don't visit the White House, fine, their choice. But most did. He must be responding to somebody else. I'm fine. Players want to do what they want to do. I don't want you want to get into politics. And thanks, Tony, for saying it was a great show tonight. I try to make all shows the great shows. All right, I'm going to leave you with this, and I want to show this video. This is the catch, probably of the season. And watch this. Let's play this and I'll describe it. It's a foul ball at Yankee Stadium this week. Now, watch the fans trying to catch the ball. Watch his daughter cover his eyes. She covers his eyes before the ball gets there. Is that amazing? The guy caught the ball. So now he gives the ball to his daughter. She had no idea what she did, and she got a baseball. But the fact is, she covered his eyes. I think we have another replay here. Watch this. Just before the ball gets there, she covers his eyes and he catches the ball with his eyes covered. Isn't that great? That is absolutely great. That was at Yankee Stadium, and that was this week. All right. Thanks to everybody for joining the Howard Eskin Show. The Cowboys blow. No, the Cowboys suck. The Cowboys suck. We will not use the four-letter word. I knew it was going to happen tonight, but that's Joey. That's Joey. You know, the one question I didn't ask him, I wanted to ask him, did he only wear a suit and tie when he was in the courthouse? Which many wore a suit and tie a lot of times. But that's Joey. All right. Thanks for joining the Howard Eskin Show. We'll see you again live. Now, first of all, this is up there for as long as you want to watch it. It'll be there for you because that's what podcasts are. That's what's different than radio. Radio, it's just now this is where it's at. Podcasts are the future. It's not about radio. And that's why the advertisers and our partners and our sponsors are so happy with the Howard Eskin Show because they get results. And that's a good thing because it's up there forever and ever and ever. So we'll be back on live on Wednesday nights at 7:30, but see it forever. Live on Saturday morning at 8 for the people that miss me on the radio. But it's up there forever. And everybody have a great night, a great day. And yeah, and the guy says he misses me on the radio, but now you got the, hey, Mike or Mark, you got me on the podcast. See ya. Thanks for joining us on the Howard Eskin Show.